now spawning in the top, well, the top of Polar Night. This isn't in the corner, this is in the extreme center of this map. It's our purple Zerg player playing for Team Extraterrestrials. It's Capio Corpus. And his opponent, spawning in the bottom right, who momentarily looked like he had 2 Nexuses on the minimap somehow. I'm not really sure. In blue, the Protoss player, it's Nero. 6 skull, bro. I like that. I love icons. I really enjoy the small details of this game, or really any game. Small details are very, very impressive from time to time. Nice GLHF, people wishing each other to have good times in the game. Always good to see. Again, this is a for fun league. I will put the link in chat again for it. It's the Chobo Team League. Everyone is invited to come play. Bronze through Diamond players, come hang out. Join us. I am also TB Ham. I play for Extraterrestrials, well, the community team thereof, I should say. I'm nowhere near good enough to be on the main roster of Extraterrestrials. Don't even get it twisted, son. But I really hope I unmuted. Okay, I did. Thank God. I have what's it called? I have anxiety issues about not muting and not putting my overlay on correctly. So I'm glad to see that I've done that every single time thus far. Meanwhile, in the game, things actually matter. Nair's going to be going for a gate expand, or at least he's going to throw it in gateway first. Gateway expands coming much more popular in Heart of the Swarm, with you know, actual usage of the Mothership Core, being able to get rid of any early ass lings, which there are going to be none of regardless, since Capio is actually going to be going for, or attempting to go for, a hatch first. But this probe here is going to be annoying about it, and he can very easily just throw down another pylon if you would like to. Actually, Nair's actually put down 2 gases, so this isn't really going to be a distinctly gate expand play here. Probably something tech related. Pool has come down, and so Capio is just kind of stalling, waiting for time to get those minerals that he needs to throw in his hatchery. But here it comes, here it comes. Oh fuck yeah, hatchery! Give me that hatch. So good. So I feel so good. Actually, only 2 in each of these gases here. Which to me, I'm gonna say Stargate. Let's go ahead and say a proxy Stargate, because proxy Stargate works in every matchup if you're below gold. And I think Nero knows that. He knows that Stargate's a good unit. But I'm actually probably just going to be completely wrong. So we'll see. We'll see what it actually is. First gas coming down from Capio. Wants to get some speed. Wants to get his lings flying across the map. CG Co failed me. I'm sorry, Battlefield. I'm so sorry for you. CG Co did fail you. Actually, XT 2-inch gas, yes, Oracle. That's kind of what I expect. And it is going to be a Stargate. At least from the Oracle build that I know, personally. Oh, Battlefiend, you're Fiend, okay. That makes sense. Not Battlefield. Yes, Proxy Oracle, given the fact that it is 2 in each gas, and just now putting the 3rd in each gas. But Queens are going to be able to push that away pretty easily, and once he actually sees it, a couple of Spore Crawlers, he'll be just fine. It could still do a lot of damage, and regardless, Nero's going to be able to switch into Void Rays as soon as you'd like. And Void Rays are, if you're unsure, they're very good units. Especially in Heart of the Swarm with their sweet overchargeability, where they just absolutely wreck everything. But 4 lings are going to be moving across the map, and with 0 gateways units out just yet, actually, what? So that's a probe. Okay. 0 gateway units out, except for this first Stalker here. Actually, the Stalker's going to run directly into these lings. Are they on A move? No one's on A move, because move command is much better. Lings still just going to trot on in here, and they're going to see the Stargate if they decide to walk over here. But that doesn't look like they're going to. Lings don't have speed yet, do they? No, they don't have speed. They're going to get caught. These lings are trapped. Lings, you got into the main base and you saw nothing. You're worthless. Oops, that's still on Nero's vision. I'm going to show you this vision eventually. See, look, Lings, you did nothing. Scout Lings, why would you do this? It is indeed going to be an Oracle. I lift trombones. Yes, sir. I was going to see a proxy, or not proxy Oracle. These Oracles are in the base. So it's going to take a very long time for those Oracles to actually get over and do any damage. And with 1 queen out already, 2 queens out already, another one just about to finish here in the main base, queens alone are going to be able to take out these Oracles pretty easily. But where is this bro rallied to? He's probably rallied all the way across the map. Let's watch. Yep. He's going to go straight across the map. There are no Overlords in the way. So it will likely get a fair amount of kills, because Oracles are just goddamn ridiculous when it comes to killing units, small units. However, 36 lings are going to be... Actually, it's only 18, never mind. It's only 9, so it's 18. I guess the production tab wasn't lying to me. Speed's not finished yet, so they're not going to get in there very quickly. But Oracle is already in here. Already has 3 kills, 4 kills. Going to get up to 11, most likely. We'll see. Yep, already up to 9 kills. Has completely decimated this main mineral line. Actually, is running away, even though he has the energy to kill more. But oh well. Ling's moving across the map, and they do have speed finished up with only these 2 stalkers and a zealot here. They'll be all right. They should be able to take out all these units here. And with nothing but this mothership core, and if this nexus doesn't finish, the mothership core can't really overcharge a non-finished nexus. That's going to be a bit of a problem. And with no army units out, actually just made 3 more zealots, but enough Ling picking away at this. Zealots do take 2 hits to take out every single Ling. Oh, he's not going to get that. He's not going to get the nexus just yet. But a ton more Lings just going to be flooding in. A Void Ray being made. War Collars being made in the bases, so he's going to be safe from that. But a ton of Lings appear. They can just go suicide in and take out this nexus and give him a very nice little early lead. Worker count right now is kind of depressing. It is 25 probes to 21 drones. All these zealots are going to be zealots. All these Lings are going to march in here, take down all the zealots. No overcharge just yet. Actually, he doesn't have overcharge anymore because he used that time warp. So the mushroom core is just going to sit here and pick away the Lings herself. Void Ray going to poke in here. Does overcharge do anything? No. It doesn't do anything in his light units anyways. It doesn't really matter. He's going to slow him down, but these Lings are going to get into the main base and start wrecking his economy. Down to 25 probes already. More Zealots being worked in, which Zealots are pretty good against Lings, but at this point it's not too big of a deal. A 3rd base being made by Capio in response to taking down his opponent's natural base. And at this point, Nero is kind of all in without an economy, which is not really where we want to be. Like even at this point, he's got 770 gas. He could throw down a Templar archives and make a ton of Archons and go attack or something. But there's not much you can do just yet. 33 to 26 workers, 1 base to 2, and almost a 3rd base finish for Capio here. Capio is in a good spot. A lot of money, just no real larva to use it on. Only the 10 larva just now. You could probably add in a macro hatchery, at least 1 macro hatchery. Still on just 1 gas, because Lings are a good unit, apparently so. Yeah, sitting on 1 gas, just about to have Lair finished, adding on a Roach Warren, adding on an Evolution Chamber. Hopefully some more gas will come down soon. But all good units coming out. Another Void Ray going to be coming out. Oracle poking around. It has 1 HP and 60 shields. Good lord, how did that happen? That Oracle is the luckiest Oracle alive. It's not going to be alive very much longer if it runs into a lot of queens. It's going to barely get out. Oh lord. 15 shields and just the 1 HP on it still, but he got 10 workers killed. He did a good job. It's okay, Oracle. We're all proud of you. Nero is going to poke out here. He's going to try to do some sort of attack while his natural base tries to finish up. But so long as Capio decides to just make some units, he'll be okay, because 4 Zealots don't really do much. 4 Zealots can be kited by a queen forever if Capio so chooses. I don't think Capio is going to so choose, but not a big deal, even if he loses his base. Wow, actually a nice little wall off by Nero, able to keep everything away. And as I discovered the other day, this is actually a full wall. It doesn't look like it's a full wall over here. Insert, there we go. Because of the graphics, but it is indeed entirely walled off. So that's nice for him. And these 4 Zealots, 3-4, 4-3-4, 2-1, 3-6. These Zealots here are picking away at this hatchery. And with the Oracle even, they might be able to get the hatchery. At the least, no. Actually, the Oracle is gonna attack the hatchery. I don't know if an Oracle can kill a hatchery. He's got a ton of energy though. He's got a ton of energy. It looks like this Oracle is actually going to kill the hatchery. I don't think I've ever seen an Oracle kill a hatchery. That is impressive. Good job, Oracle. You just got another kill, and it was an entire hatchery. So that just happened. This drone's going to try to come over here. Actually, the Oracle just walked into a Spore Collar. That was a poor life decision. Oh well. Twilight Council is finishing up. I'm kind of expecting to see a DT Shrine because, you know, DTs are a pretty good unit when you're this far behind in a match. And Capio's just swinging around, checking things out. He might go back here and try to take these rocks out, but these rocks have +3 armor somehow. They take forever for a Ling to kill, but only the 2 Void Rays out at the moment with 5 sentries. A few Zealots over here warped in, trying to take out this base yet again. Capio just needs to kind of like warp in, or make some units, defend his third, get a third up, and then make a lot more units. He's got 32 larvae. He's just choosing not to use it right now. A whole lot of minerals, a good amount of gas. That's a fair amount of roaches he can make, but he's actually still making lings. He's getting +1 air attack, or missile attack, sorry. So, another evil chamber coming down. This game is just, it's continuing. We'll leave it at that. It's continuing. Charge is actually going to be the tech path of choice for Nero, given that he does have a ton of zealots. He actually killed off his wall so he'd get things out. He had to kill a gateway to do so, and he replaced that gateway, and I think this actually may be a hole now. It looks like it's probably a hole. Let's hope it's a hole. Capio does finally find this proxy pylon, so no more annoying warp in attacks, but he'll eventually have an army that's much larger, a decent sized bank. He just hasn't yet spent any of his money. He does have he doesn't have Hydra range. That's a Hydra speed. Oh lord, I'm terrible at this game. I'm terrible at what upgrades are, and that's got to be Hydra something. That's not Glyle Reconstructions. That's Hydra something. The Hydras, a good amount of Hydras against only these 3 Void Rays. Those will die pretty quickly. A Hallucinated Phoenix is going to come in here and scout out that it's basically everything you'd expect to see. Some Evo Chambers, Roachworn, and Hydrogen, and a Infestation Pit. So, yeah. Game continuing. This is the point of low-level games that I somewhat despise, because people don't realize how far ahead they are and how easily they can win if they just make units. But he's still going. He's getting it eventually. He just wants to be safe. He's probably ascribes to the White Raw mindset of when you're ahead, get more ahead, and that's just fine. So he's doing just that. He's ahead and he's getting more ahead. Working on his economy, making sure he has 3 bases that are saturated and gases on all of them. Actually got nice saturation in his main still, although their minerals are starting to run out here. It's only slightly oversaturated at his natural, and just about completely saturated at his 3rd base, so I expect to see nothing but army units coming out eventually. Meanwhile, Nero is going to be going for double Colossus production. I thought I saw a 2nd Robo. Yes, there is. There's a 2nd Robo that has been finished. He caught wind of the Hydras, so he's going to want to go into as many Colossus as he possibly can quite quickly. Nice map vision by Nero, I must say. If there's things you can always cling to and say that you did well, he's doing map vision very well. He did just run an observer into his opponent's army of Hydras and Lings, but at least he saw that the army was there. And if he wanted to, he could probably see the upgrades. It's only +1 right now. It'll about be +1, and 2-1 very soon. Enduring Locust and Swarm Hosts are going to be the choice for our Zerg player, though. And Swarm Hosts will be a nice decision here. Charge lots can do a lot of damage, but with the Overseers, I'm not sure if they have overload speed just yet. No, they do not. The Overseers and Hydras combined will be able to snipe off any observers, and these Swarm Hosts will be just completely unkillable for a very long time. Meanwhile, another base coming down for Capio. 177 supply to 130 supply. And moving out now, he's going to start sieging up. I'm not sure if he caught wind of it. He did see this base. He found this base, so he's going to come over here and siege this base and just completely ruin his life. As some of the Swarm Hosts have burrowed and sent off their children. They're going to start actually overcharged immediately. He really wants to keep this base, and it looks like he's just going to go for a broke here. He kind of has to. There's not much else he can do. Swarm Hosts do burrow, and he has no way of seeing it, but these Void Rays coming from the back and getting a lot of damage done, and there's only 4 Hydras left. So those Void Rays are really kind of uncontested. I'm just going to sit here and pick away at everything, and if he takes down these 2 Overseers, there's not really anything Capio can do. The base did die, so that's a win for Capio, but there's no way for him to kill anything else right now. Swarm Hosts are still here, and some Lings, and he's making a lot of Roaches right now, and only a couple Hydras. So these Void Rays are going to do a lot of damage. He just needs an Observer. An Observer. A single Observer. Where's the single Observer? There's the Observer. This Observer is about to pop in here and see everything, and all these Swarm hosts are going to get slaughtered. It's a matter of time as they start popping up. Indeed, they're going to get completely just shredded. Voiders are pretty good, and indeed, almost all of these almost have been killed already. Only the one Hydra, really not going to do much. 20 more Hydras are on the way. He's just going to push forward with his roaches. There's nothing really protecting these Colossus right now. He has a Void Race, and so 2 Colossus do go down. But for that, he has lost basically his entire army. But Nero has absolutely 0 economy right now. He's at 66 workers to 35. You can see the economy income tab there. And Capio is he's just going to continue making an army. He's up to 20 Hydras now. He has 20 Hydras now. He's got 12 more roaches on the way to beef up his army. 1 Void Ray goes down immediately. All the other Voiders are about to die as well. These 3 Colossus, however, are really going to just rip through these Hydras, and they do just that. See, they're kind of just trading army supplies here for a little bit. So now it's just these few Hydras, and it's just 4 Colossus. There's no other unit but Colossus right now. And Colossus are a pretty good unit against strictly ground army. Capio is in a bit of a rough spot right now, especially given the fact that these Colossus have +3. Holy hell. +3 Colossus against only +1, +2 ground army for the Zerg player. He needs something to counter those Colossus, and soon. A Spire somewhere would be lovely to see, but he's actually going into Hive, and a War Prism is coming out for our Protoss player. There's no DT Shrine down, so it's just going to be War Prism with probably some Zealots harassing some bases, which is a great decision for Nair right now. But again, it's just his economy is still, for the most part, in shambles, and he's just completely unable to produce anything. His opponent, however, is sitting pretty on these 4 bases. There's really been no damage done to his economy the entire game. He's just not producing units. He's only at 5 Hydras and 16 Roaches at the moment. Against these 4 Colossus that are back here. It's not that Colossus are amazing against Roaches, but with +3 ground weapons, they're pretty darn good. Kepi's going to get in here, and he's going to see that this base has started, at least. Hasn't been completed or anything, but he knows it's started. I don't believe he hasn't been able to see if there's a base over here again yet, but these lanes doing a nice bit of scouting for Capio, able to wean out where his opponent is, and eventually something will happen. Something will happen eventually, right? This game has to finish at some point. But it's really it's strangely even in the sense that Capio's army composition is not great against what Neru has. But with the economy that Capio has to back this army up, there's not a ton that Neru is going to be able to do against this. And if he can't get these bases up, which it seems this base is going to get just absolutely destroyed, this base is gone. He's going to try to come over here, and no. He thinks better of it? No, he's going to go for it. He may as well. The base dies anyway. The base dies. He's going to throw his entire army towards it. A lot of force fields are available. He could cordon off a good portion of that army, at least split it in half at the very, very least. Actually, he just warps in another 4 sentries. So he's going to rely on force fields, it seems, but he's just not actually using those force fields. Instead, he used 2 Guardian Shields. It's still no third base for our Protoss player. Just a lot of probes, unable to really do anything. Again, even a few more probes getting caught out of position. See if he can get some force fields here to really throw this in his favor. And yes, nice, decent force fields. Had they been a little bit quicker, he would have cut his army in half. And actually, Capio is getting in a bad spot. Nero is slowly picking away at this army here. He's evened up the army supply a little bit. It's 112 to 65 army supply still, but a lot of it is in these swarm hosts. And again, with just these Colossus and just force fields for days, nothing is able to get in, and the army supply has plummeted for the Zerg player. But again, there is no observer. He can't see these swarm hosts. He's going to be able to get some damage on them just from the splash of the... Never mind. They got out quickly enough. So these locals are going to get some free damage, and snipes off 1 more Colossus. But really, it's just Locust against Colossus at the moment. There's nothing else for our Protoss player. Oh lord. 23 Roaches, 6 Hydras, 14 Swarm Host for Capio. That's a hefty number of Swarm Host against these 5 Colossus and some Zealots. Zealots don't do too great against Locust, especially 2-2 Locusts. But yes, this is going to be free units for Capio attacking, not free units for Nero for a while. And he's basically just starving his opponent out against 67 to 32 Harvesters right at this moment. He needs to barely Swarm Host. A couple more do die, and there's an Observer here. Observer can get sniped pretty quickly if he so chooses. Not able to get to it just yet. Oh, he's trying to. He's just going to get in here and kill out most of his army. Nice force fields again, but just not enough energy to really cut off that army in half. Cut that army in half, not cut off that army in half. Another Colossus does go down. He's down to just the 2 Colossus, and Nero is going to call the GG right there. Capio takes an interesting little game there. Silver League play is, well, it is what it is, but these players are trying their hearts out and gave us a nice